The Darkest Files. We played it last week. We played it last week and I had a good time. The game is really creative. It's really well made. It's really, really interesting and enjoyable. It's quite niche. Not everyone's cup of tea. Totally understand that. Turn it down a little bit. I like milk in mine personally, but really good coffee can be enjoyed black. I agree. But I don't like milk in mine, so I actually don't agree at all. I agree with the second part. Anyway, we're going to press continue. Part 2. I've been releasing the first stream episodically on the YouTube channel, in short videos. Just so that everyone... and obviously there's a VOD on the channel of this first stream as well, of episode 1, part 1 even. So everyone can have a chance to...
Good morning, Miss Katz.
Get involved. I've seen a little bit of the videos, been meaning to catch up on them. I would recommend it, not because I want you to like watch all my content, I do, but because it's a really, really cool game.
Miss Katz.
Thank you, Paula.
That's it, Paula. I don't know what we're doing. So we solved a crime in the last video. It went really poorly. I hit redo and we're now solving a second one. So let's check our notes. There's no appointments. Ooh. First death sentences in Budapest uprising trial. Okay. It's the 4th of... Yo! That's crazy. That's today. The 4th of April in real life. Anyway. And what is this? Okay. Esther, my darling, I know it has only been a week since we talked, but it feels like so much longer. I'm writing this in the evening while waiting for your father. It's the first moment I had to catch my breath since we landed. We're going to the theatre tonight, and as per usual, he can't find his necktie. This man would be lost without us, wouldn't he? New York has a beauty to it that the pictures can't translate. You can just feel the hopes and dreams of the people here. It's nothing like Frankfurt. Unfortunately, you can also smell them, not to even mention the unspeakable state of the trash in the streets. Still, it's a magical place, and we have barely started exploring. It is such a pity you couldn't get the time off to join us. Whoops. You more than deserve it. The stellar work you've done with that insurgent of yours. Your Bauer has no idea the gem he has on his hands. You should be careful with him. Don't let him drag you down when he inevitably starts drowning. I hear your father coming up. He must be ready. Take care, my darling, and don't let yourself be worked dry. Love, Mutti. Mum, obviously. So what's going on then? What do we got? Ooh.
Miss Katz, there's a man here asking to see you. Walter Hentz? I don't think he has an appointment.
Hey, I'm not familiar with this Walter Hentz guy. Dismiss him as so rogue.
Did he say what he wants from me?
He says he has a case about one Miss sorry, one moment. He wants to talk to you about one Anna Kazmirek.
I wonder what's that about.
Go on then.
I'll be with him shortly in the conference room.
Bring him in. Right. Very interesting.
With so many smokers here, I doubt this office will ever be free of the cigarette smell. They are supposed to be good for you, though. That's what my doctor said. And
doctors know best, eh? Paula, who was that?
Mr. Hentz is waiting for you in the conference room.
Right.
This is a man who won't take no for an answer.
Hate those kind of men.
Sorry for the confusion before. Mr. Bauer did not mention Anna Kazmirek before.
The subtitle did not match what she said.
I couldn't connect the dots with Mr. Hentz breathing down my neck.
Interesting. What did Mr. Bauer say about this case?
He didn't work on it himself, I think. But there was an investigation already, and he was very interested in the outcome.
Okay.
What did you make of our surprise visitor, Paula?
Mr. Hentz? Brash. I'd even say thuggish. Very sure of himself. I got the feeling he's the kind of man whose activities other prosecutors might be interested in. He also seemed... haunted? Men
What
like
an
this,
odd thing to
they
say.
don't open up often. But this case seems important to him.
Did he say what this case was about?
A name. Anna Kazmirek. And something about looting. But he wants to discuss it with you, and with you only.
Okay.
That's-
Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you, Paula. Goodbye. Say hello to the cat.
Don't you look majestic up there? Keeping watch?
Very cute.
Where? Oh, how did she get there?
Right, respectfully, Paula, she has been there, here, the entire time since she first showed up on the first day, okay? So she's never moved. An odd thing to say.
Good morning. I've been told you wanted to see me. Mr. Hens, was it?
Walter Hens, a pleasure.
Walter.
You're the one from the old man, right? What was the rebel with the flag?
That was me. Naumann.
Hans Naumann. And he was not the rebel. That was the entire
Is this the only case you have ever solved?
Yes. It was my first case. Get to the point.
Can you just get to the point?
Literally, like...
Nervous, aren't we?
No. Annoyed, actually.
I'm here on behalf of my wife. She wishes she could do it herself, but her health isn't what it... Honestly, Tessie's never been a beacon of health, but it has been getting worse and...
Mr. Hens, the case?
Sorry to take a phone call. That's okay, my guy.
It's about her girl, Anna. Anna Kazmirek. She was only 19
Your old
when
business.
they killed her.
This guy
when
seems
they,
mad.
Had her killed.
Oh, sheesh, yeah. Well, fair enough. He's a bit mad. And one of the things that I said in the last stream when we were playing this game, and I want to copy that over to this stream as well, is the fact that all of these cases are based off real life stories during World War II, okay? When the Nazis... You can't say that on YouTube. Even in a bad context, you just can't say it. But we're on Twitch, so it's okay. They were obviously killing all the Jews. And these stories in this game are based on real life. So we want to treat them with a little bit of reverence. We want to treat them with respect. And we don't want to be cracking too many jokes. So that just feels a little bit distasteful. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, it's all good. Had her killed?
What do you mean by that? Who had her killed?
You lot. Lawyers, judges, the whole circus. Sent her to the guillotine for looting, called her a traitor to the nation. She was innocent.
Yeah, please explain.
You'll have to explain that.
That's why I'm here. Do you remember the bombing of Brunswick in '44?
No. Why does one have a full stop on one?
I'm afraid I'm
Doesn't
not
matter.
familiar.
Figures. Only so many tragedies one can remember without going mad. The whole city almost burned down.
Oh man, the transition is crazy.
I doubt any words could ever give it justice. The Tommies hit us overnight. They lit the whole city like a
Damn.
Christmas tree when they started the firestorm. Come morning, nothing was left of the old town, and not much of everything else.
A firestorm?
That's what it's called. Have you ever seen a pillar of flame rising to the sky, Miss Katz? Not a sight I'd wish on anybody.
Christmas tree? That's a peculiar analogy.
Not really. It's how we called their markers. They drop flares of various colors, lighting up the panorama like... well, a Christmas tree.
Makes sense.
That's terrible. I am sorry I have to ask, but how is it connected to the case?
Anna lost everything that day, other than her mother. Their place was hit by a bomb. The whole block gone in an instant. Not a stone left standing.
So we are currently exploring the memory or the description of what's happened.
Her mother? You mentioned she's your wife?
Yes, Tessie. Teresa Hens. She was born
The art style's
out
really
east,
fitting and well done.
a
It
small
really
village
is. It's
in
so good.
Masovia now? Poland. Came to Brunswick with her husband after the First War. Had Anna on the way, in a train car. She had always been delicate, both in her body and, well, you know, mind. Again, she sends her apologies for not being here herself.
When did you and Teresa marry?
A few months after the execution. It wasn't love, just the right thing to do. With Anna gone, she had no one to take care of her, and she was in no position to provide for herself.
That is wild.
I was doing well with my pub, so I offered to help. It's not the most romantic of stories.
No, it's not at all,
Tell me
actually.
about Anna.
She was a good kid, no matter what they say. Mixed parentage from her mother's side. Prussian-Polish family. It earned her more than a few side eyes. Anna had to work hard for it. Someone had to look after the family. But she was a young girl. She wanted to have fun when she could. The morning after the bombing, Anna went to the ruins. Spent the whole day digging through the rubble, searching for, well, anything.
Did she find anything?
You mean the ruins of the house?
Yes, an older tenement house for some of the lower classes. Not the first place they lost. Believe it or not, it was actually their third home destroyed by the bombings.
That is wild.
You said she
I
was.
wonder if they used a
sentenced for
gradient
looting.
map for the colours of the figures.
I'm
It
sorry,
makes
but I
sense.
have to ask.
That would make
Did she
sense.
loot anything?
It's similar vibes to the Return of the Obra Dinn
No.
if you played that.
She had found a few things, but everything belonged to her or her mother. Anna was no thief.
Oh, is that him?
Were you there with her?
If only, but I was nowhere near. I only learned about any of this when it was already too late. It happened a few days later. I was at my place when Heidi came, begging for help.
Were you affected by the bombing?
No, I had a small apartment above my pub.
And the way that
Luckily, it was out of the way, so the Tommies didn't target that area.
Just the way that, like, she asks the question, like, she asks questions that make sense to the context of what he's saying. So in her head, when she's picturing the scene, she pictured it that all the furniture was broken because she asked the question, were you affected by the bombing? And then when he said no, the memory changed. It's so good. It's genius. Okay, let's just...
And who's Heidi?
Grunewald, Heidi Grunewald. A close friend of Anna. Both of them had been assigned to the same emergency shelter.
What did she say?
She asked for your help? Help with what?
Someone had planted a suitcase in Anna's room and accused her of stealing it from the ruins. The police came, and for some reason, the bastard seemed dead set on making the accusation true. That's what it was
Well,
about.
that's really cool, the way that the
first.
new info
No
and challenges
treason,
are respected.
no looting,
Yes, exactly.
Just a simple
It's
theft.
genius, honestly.
And not even that was true.
So what then?
What did you do?
I followed her to the shelter, of course, running through the city. But we were too late.
So at that point, what? So she's been accused of stealing something from the ruins
The
that wasn't
bastards
hers.
must have grown tired of Anna denying their accusations. Decided to make her confess. They beat it out of her.
Ah, there's no need for it, is
By the
there?
time we arrived, they were long gone, leaving the kids. It was bad.
The kids? Somebody was still there?
Yes, 2 of them. Anna's boyfriend. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. And the Becker's girl, Emilia. Poor sods. They saw it all and couldn't do jack to stop it.
Emilia Becker. Who was she?
Her family was also placed in that shelter. Shop owners. Local girl, stuck up. They knew each other with Anna and Heidi. I don't think they got on too well.
Such a weird thing to say. She was stuck up. It's Heidi's.
What can you tell me about Anna's boyfriend?
They had dated for a while. Can't say how long. I've seen him around, but I can't say I remember much. Military sort, I think. Heidi would know more. You'll have to ask her.
Okay.
Where was that?
Can't give you the address. It was a temporary emergency shelter, one of many.
Okay.
A once upper-end flat, run down and filled with as many people who lost their homes to the bombing as they could squish. Cramped, but a roof over their head.
All the mattresses stacked up in the corner, ready to pull out at bedtime. It's all about perspective, eh?
I kept it together as much as I could. Tried talking to them, get them to tell me what happened. Wasn't an easy job.
Yeah, I can imagine.
How did Heidi react?
Bad. She took it hard. Not one to cry, though. She went with anger instead. Started yelling at the boy that he was supposed to keep them there. Didn't get much of a reaction.
The Becker girl. What was she doing?
Avoiding us. She had locked herself in her family's room before we arrived and refused to come out.
Oh, okay. She's gone. Individual novel game I made for uni but never finished. I drew the characters in a similar style. Gradient maps are so useful. The underlying painting is in black and white. Ah, while colour is assigned to each shade, so the actual colouring bit is really easy. Very interesting. It sounds very cool.
He was curled up in a corner.
Is that what you studied in
Sad
university?
sight.
Game design or making
Wouldn't
or something
calm
like that?
down. For a long while, he didn't even respond to anything we said.
So what did you do?
So, what happened? What's the case?
The case is that Anna was innocent and they took her. They beat her. They killed her. Tortured her until she said what they wanted, confessed to something she didn't do. And then they cut her head off.
Oh my days. It's nasty stuff. Grisly, grisly stuff, eh? And the fact there's like a baby's crib here as well is just like... There's a combo of coding and comic storytelling class, one of my favorites. Dang, poor Anna. I know. This poor girl.
Can you tell me something more about this Heidi Grunewald?
Local girl, strong, hard. All of the Grunwalds were. Good people, but poor people. And quite a lot of them, each with a mouth to feed. Heidi was yay big the first time they pulled her. Gave the rascal her first night in a cell. Pickpocketing. Gave her a job right after that, to keep her off the street. Gave one to Anna soon after. They were already friends.
Okay. Don't think there's much. Oh.
Mr. Hens, why did she come to you specifically?
I had some previous encounters with the Force. Unavoidable for a business owner. Well, let's not sugarcoat it. I had a file at the district. Nothing serious, but enough for me to learn how to talk with the blokes. Even find a few sympathetic ears down at the station. Heidi hoped I could talk to them.
Why have we got notes from the previous case? Okay, alright, alright. Nothing in the case file just yet. So where would you like me to go? To leave. Let's make sure we get everything. We want to chat about everything here. I think we have. Right, let's head out.
The next day, they put her on trial. A sham. Nobody was allowed to testify. There was no proof. Her lawyer just sat there, silent. And they changed the accusation, made it a case of looting instead of theft.
Eesh.
A treasonous act for some reason.
And that's why they gave her the death sentence?
Interesting.
Yes, some law allowed them to do it, because they made her a so-called...
Because in the last part 1, the first trial that we did, we learned that treason was a death penalty.
folk pet.
So if you just said anything was treason, you could kill whoever you wanted and it would be a legal thing. Are there areas to explore in yellow? So once you've explored an area in full, the exit from the memory is in yellow.
A traitor.
Why did they change the accusation?
Huh, to hell if I know. Maybe they wanted a show. Or the policeman wanted a promotion and made it out to be a bigger crime. Or whoever made up the whole story of her crime decided it needed more flair. I tried to learn more on what really happened there, why it happened. But as a civilian, they wouldn't give me much. All I have is here.
Cool, case file.
This and my wife. Once she feels better, she wants to testify.
Okay. Not a prosecution case.
Mr. Hens, I'm terribly sorry. But while this story is awful, I am a prosecutor. It is not for me to prove people's innocence. On the contrary, I accuse them.
Interesting.
But you should accuse them, Miss Katz. All of them. Every single one of the bastards.
Pretty silly from us to say that, because I thought that that was what he was getting to.
The bastard who planted a damn suitcase in her room and called the cops, knowing full well it would get her killed. The policeman who tortured her until she said what they wanted to hear. Her lawyer, her judge, especially the judge.
Your wife's testimony? What could she tell us? Was she present at the arrest?
No, but they used her against Anna. A few days after the trial, they came demanding she denounce her own daughter. threatened her with complicity, promised lenience if she cooperated. They fed her word for word the lies, the calumnies to write and sign about her own daughter, about that damn suitcase. She can tell you the truth. She wants to tell you the truth. She's adamant she can prove there was no crime in the first place.
I'll check what of this is actually punishable and whether we can start an investigation.
We'll look into it.
Thank you, Miss Katz. Thank you. I leave our number with your secretary. We'll keep in touch regarding Tessie's health. Arrange a time for her to appear.
But I can't make any
Seems to be
promises
freezing up. Or am I just being really
I
still?
know. Still. Thank you for giving it a chance.
yet. The case might be for us after all. I'd better talk to Mr. Bauer.
Hi, Paula.
Mr. Hens told me about his wife's situation. Left me their number. Though I can't say I'm happy with him calling me a secretary. I'll keep in contact should you and Mr. Bauer decide to take the case.
Thank you, Paula.
I don't want to know about everyone else. I want to just crack on with the case now.
Miss Katz,
It's work to
it's
do.
always good to see you. I take it our unexpected guest has piqued your curiosity.
He has indeed.
I didn't realize you knew about it already.
Miss Fisher keeps me updated, and I must admit, I've vested some interest in his case. Or Miss Kazmierek's case, I should say. I assume that is why he came.
Mm-hmm. I just say we
I
should
think
take
we
him.
should take this case.
Miss Katz, I understand your sentiment, but we don't really prove people's innocence here.
That's what I
But we
said.
can prove other people's guilt. The crimes committed against Miss Kazmierek, our victim.
An interesting approach. Very well, color me intrigued. What are your leads?
What are our leads? We've got two named witnesses. We've got Heidi and the other girl who lived there.
Mr. Hens gave me two names, Heidi Grunewald
Yeah.
and Emilia Becker. Both of them had previous history with Miss Kazmierek and were present at her arrest.
Their testimonies would make for a good starting point.
I agree.
But there is more, I hope.
There are a few witnesses to Anna Kazmierek's arrest I still need to identify. The policemen themselves, of course, and the victim's boyfriend. Sadly, Mr. Hens couldn't remember his name.
It should easily come up in the investigation. Same case for the officers. But there is more, I hope.
There's the victim's mother, Teresa Kazmierek. She's now married to Mr. Hens. She wants to testify, but it's made difficult by her health. They'll be in touch as soon as she's able to come.
Okay.
She wants to set the record straight about a false opinion or testimony she was forced to give.
Damn.
And more importantly, she believes she can prove Anna committed no crime in the first place.
Oh. That would make the case quite a bit easier. Almost realistic.
Then there's the documents, of course, from the arrest and the trial. The denunciation itself, if we're lucky.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't
Very
it be?
well, I don't think I have any questions. I agree it's a good case for us. For you, more specifically, the investigation is yours, Miss Katz.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer.
The case of Anna Kazmierek versus, well, who?
The entire
To
state.
start, there are three things I believe would serve you well to explore. First, the inciting incident. Why did the police come? How did they know about Anna and her potential crime?
Okay.
Then the most obvious, the beating. Did Anna confess of her own will, or was she coerced?
Mm-hmm.
And last, but quite interesting, if the police were there to arrest her for theft, why was she tried for looting and treason instead?
These are good questions. I would also have guessed the state. I felt like the obvious choice, you know. Understood.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer.
Very good.
The pleasure's all mine, as per usual. Now I believe you've got your work cut out for you.
Okay.
I should start with the files.
I agree.
If the case was investigated before, there should be something in the archive.
Excellent.
And the law
Paula,
that Mr. Hens
no
mentioned,
disturbances now,
I
okay?
should ask Paula to...
Oh, flipping skip the dialogue, but she said
How did it
speak to
go?
Paula.
We have a new case. I'll need you to start digging up files immediately.
Right, goes without saying.
We know of 5 witnesses who were present at the time of the crime, but we only have 2 names. And we have the victim's mother willing to testify, once her health allows it, whenever that would be.
Okay, cool. So we need Paula to investigate. She's the legal... I can't remember what she's called. The legal lady on the side.
Heidi Grunewald, a friend and co-worker of Anna.
She does all the
She's the
legwork.
reason why Mr. Hens knew of the situation. She should
And
be
I
able
get
to
all
tell
the
us what happened.
glory.
And she might know the name of another witness, the victim's boyfriend.
Should I invite her?
Yes, when she's better. No.
Not yet.
Oh, wait. Oh, well, there's...
I need
Have a
you
look
to
at this
find me
first.
the decree about the folk pest law. It would seem it was used in Anna's case to justify a verdict.
Reich Law Gazette 168. This one I know by memory. I'll have a copy for you by tomorrow.
I need it in 5 minutes, thank you, but okay.
One of the witnesses that Mr. Hens recognized was the victim's boyfriend. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to give us his name. I know there isn't much to go on, but can you start looking for him?
I'll do my best.
The policeman who took Anna. I need to know how many there were, their names, and where they are now. Anything you can find.
I'll do my best.
Thank you. And then the 2 women. Okay,
Heidi
Heidi.
Grunewald.
Should I invite her?
Yes.
On it.
And
Miss
then...
Katz.
Thank you, Pop.
Okay, we can't invite Amelia as well. So let's head in here and have a review of the case file. Let's do some digging. Ah, damn, we have not got much to go on. Okay. On November 20th, 1944, in the early hours of the morning, in the prison of Wolfenbüttel, the criminal Anna Kazmierek has been rightfully executed as a folk pest and traitor to the German people. That is wild. November 20th, 1944. Okay. th of October 1944. So what the heck is this then? Cut out articles on the bombing of Brunswick. Taking civilian infrastructure as target, this barbaric act leaves the city in ruins, proving once again the true intent of the invaders, the final destruction of German history and identity. While our sons and brothers bleed defending the banks of the Rhine, the cowardly British Air Force launched a dishonourable attack on Brunswick. Okay, and this one is: fires rage across the ruined districts of Cologne, Duisburg and Brunswick as the 3 cities reel from a night of British bombardment. Unable to accept their failures on the shore of the Rhine, the Western forces have resolved the cowardly tactic of attacking civilians, launching an organised series of strikes against unsuspecting innocents in their houses. Also, I would have guessed based on the game that she was a PI, not a prosecutor. We are very new to the job, but she does give it does give PI vibes, doesn't it? But alas, in the early hours of this day, so all of these are taken on the 15th. Decimated. Okay. Oh, we got some images. Man, so intense. So this is just... So that hat was in the memory that we saw. I love how easy it is to frame a narrative based on the words used. Cowardly, dastardly. I agree. And what's the line in that John Mayer song? when they only information, they can bend it all they want. That's why I'm waiting, you know. Schutzpolizei equals protection police. The state protection police, Schupo, was the uniformed police in the majority of German cities and major towns. As a division of the order police, its members were easily recognizable for the green uniform and colloquially referred to with this color. Officers of state police were divided into branches such as patrol, traffic, or barrack police. Depending on the department's location, they could also include water or aviation units. Until 1943, state departments could also include a criminal investigation division. Before the beginning of the war, potential police trainees were subject to a number of requirements. These included the candidate having completed their military service, having proven Aryan heritage, and being a member of the NSDAP. During the war, the barrack police branch of the Schupo formed the core of the police battalions, which were deployed in occupied territories. Okay. And lastly, we've got the interrogation that we just had with, what's his name? Walter Hentz. And information about Walter Hentz. We don't have a lot to go on. So that's why we'll need to go to the archives. So, Anna Kazmierek. Let's go and have a look in the archives.
Oh, be careful when you go downstairs. Someone just broke the window. Again.
Are you for real? Ugh, gross Nazis. I agree, PZ, I agree. Oh no.
I never thought our office would be the crime scene. Or that I'd get used to it.
So just for context's sake, if you missed the last stream and haven't caught up on the videos, the premise is we are prosecutors after the war looking to put all of the people who committed awful war crimes from the Nazi regime and blasting them, putting them on trial. And the German people, because they take it as like we are now acting against Germany, a lot of the people, especially people that pass us in the streets, they spit on the floor in front of us, they break our windows, all this kind of stuff.
Not where I'd expect to find this office, to be honest. But it's a nice corner of Frankfurt nonetheless. I should try the coffee at Café Selten sometime. I've heard good things.
That's her response to the broken glass. Oh, a brick.
Ah, the Corpus Delicti. Torn straight from the sidewalk.
It says traitors.
Traitors. Very inventive.
I like the deflection.
Last month's wouldn't be my first reading.
Alright. Into the archives.
And what's that? Did someone forget their files?
Ooh.
Looks like something from Peter's investigation. It's not like him to just leave this lying around.
Very much so. Very much not like him at all.
How long has it been here? Ugh, does anybody ever clean around here?
No, they do not. Disgusting. Right, Anna. H-I-J-K. Anna Kazmierek. 5 AK 1956 14-8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AK 1956 14-8. Cool. Here's the original document.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Well, obviously not. We are absolutely going to read those documents first. Okay. 21st of October, 1944. In the name of the people, in the criminal proceedings against Anna Kazmierek for the act of looting in voluntarily evacuated buildings, the special court in Brunswick recognizes as right. The defendant Anna Kazmierek is guilty of all charges and, as a folkspest and traitor to the German people, is therefore sentenced to death by guillotine. The verdict is based on the defendant's own confession, given freely following her recognition by the victim. It had not been challenged in any capacity. Let it be noted that no proof or witness for the defendant were presented, with the defense placing the sentence at our discretion. Considering the damning lack of speakers for the defendant's character, the criminal predisposition as an Untermensch of Slavic descent, and the reprehensible manner in which she had exploited the gravest need of her fellow citizens, the punishment must be death, according to Symbol 1 of the Decree Against Public Enemies. I assume that means against. Decree against public enemies. Even the youth of the accused cannot change this. Sigmund Pole. And the other document was this. I can't read that. I, Anna Kazmierek, of sound mind and body and in full awareness of my legal rights, hereby confess to the crime of looting on the morning of 16th of October 1944. Following the bombing of Brunswick by the despicable British Air Force, I've snuck out and entered the burned out house in which I have lived. I entered the home of my neighbour Amelia Becker because I knew where she kept her valuables. Motivated by base instincts, my bad temper and envy, I found Amelia Becker's suitcase and stole it. Anna Kazmierek, and then her signature. Something definitely stinks. Seems like she didn't get due process. The document admits that. I agree. It's all very, very interesting right now. But like our character said, that's all for today. So tomorrow we should be able to interrogate the first witness, Heidi. So we'll leave and we'll be back tomorrow.